I'm best-selling author Brian W. Smith, and you're watching Amplified Exposure Live with Teresa B. Let's get it.
Keep shining, let it shine like a diamond. Keep shining, let it shine like a diamond.
Good afternoon, Facebook. This is your girl, Teresa B, coming to you live and direct from Amplified Exposure Live. Today, I have my wonderful guest, Mr. Booker Snow. He came on today because he has all these great talents. And not just that, but he also came on today because he likes me. So for those of you that are out there in La La Land, Roku Land, TV Land, and all the other lands, he came on today to talk about all the plethora of things that he does with the audience. So sit tight, give us about 30 minutes, and we're on with the show. Hi, Mr. Booker.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So
Good.
glad to have you here today. I've heard a lot of great things about you.
Okay.
I even got a call today from someone in Charlotte that said, "That's my ace. That's my homie." I'm like, okay, and you're telling me this because of what? So you are very popular. Very popular. So I got so many things to talk about. You have so many things going on. So first off, let's talk about your experience in the film industry. I see that you have 3 movies out or on the way.
Yeah.
Is it way or out? On the way. Okay.
On the way. Yep.
On the way. All right. And I wanted to know, how did you get there? How did you get into the industry? What started this pathway?
So about maybe 2 years ago, I left my job in Charlotte and I moved out to California, went to acting school in California out in Orange County. And I initially wanted to get into acting. And I met a gentleman on set who was talking to me about behind the scenes work. And then I had a chance to talk to one of the writers on The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, just something about some of the things that she said to me that just made me want to get more into creating the content.
Right.
It's just a freedom in it. You know, it allows you to just really express, and you get to kind of tell your stories through other people. You know, it's pretty fun. So I moved back to Georgia, and my brother Quasheen D. Herring, we started a production company called Checkmate Enterprises. I'm partnered with him, and he directs a lot of the films, and I mean we just a great team. And between him being like the primary investor, and him giving me the freedom to just really do whatever I want to do, we just create amazing products together.
Okay. Okay. How long have you been doing that?
We're in it. So we have 2 movies. We have a short film that's coming out called Holla. We shot our first full length feature, and we also have another scene short. And we've only been at it about 6 months.
Okay. All right. For some reason, my son's game just popped on out the blue while I'm trying to have a show. What is going on around here?
Hey, what? 1 out of every 20.
I know, right? Rude. Anyway, I think he caught it. Sorry about that. I hope the audience didn't hear it. Y'all know I'm professional today. I don't know what's going on today. So you did the filming, and how did you go about picking the actors for the film?
My brother Quasheen, he does the casting. He'll send me, pictures and let me know how everything went. We'll kind of go over some things that he saw good. And for the most part, I trust his judgment with the casting. I try not to get overly involved with it because of the fact that I'm the writer. and I
Right.
do I work with the talent as we're shooting. So I try not to get overly involved in the actual casting portion.
Okay. Were any of the cast members people you knew? By any chance?
No, that's what's been so great about all of this. Like it's almost like creating a new extended family. I haven't really known too many people that we've actually casted. I've only known one person, and they did like some background work, but they did an amazing job at it. But other than that, everybody that I've been meeting has been new.
Okay, cool. And when do those films come out? When do they drop? And also tell us
So
the name of them as well so they can be looking out for them.
right now we're pushing our short film Holla, HOLLA. It'll be on Vimeo, um,
Holla.
on Vimeo. That's actually available for pre-order now. It releases on Valentine's Day. Um, if you go to my Facebook page or to my Instagram page, my Instagram is East Paul Snow, EASTPAWSNOW. Or if you look me up on Facebook at Booker Snow, I have the links all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Holla's come. So I said holla. And the movie, the other
But
movie is
that fits though because it's like it's just it's a short romantic like a romantic comedy. It's pretty dope.
okay, cool. And what's
Yeah.
the second one?
My next movie is called Whoa,
Whoa.
WHOA. Yeah, yeah,
Didn't they have a
yeah. That
dance off that song? Whoa.
they did. Yeah.
I thought it was just me being old.
No, 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 no. I got young daughters, so yeah, I could do all that stuff too. So,
And
but
movie.
we have Untouchable. Untouchable is going to be our feature length film. That's going to be in the process of editing in about another maybe 2 weeks.
Awesome. Awesome. Good job. Congratulations. Or they do the clap or the I don't know. Anyway, so, I told you I'm silly. Let's talk about your being a hip hop artist. How does that work?
So with my music is like my blues story. Um, they're cataloged as hip hop albums, of course, but I tell my story. That's the music is kind of my release, where I can just publicly, be a little more transparent about who I am, what I've gone through, what I've been engaged in, things of that nature. I do a lot of music that tell of heartbreak, tells of triumph. Just various stories that allow me to just kind of free myself through another form of art, through another form of expression. Um, I try to do music that's relatable to people that may not even be able to speak up themselves about certain things. And it's the same thing with my poetry. When I record my poetry, right now I'm working with Miss Jessica Caramore, who's a world-renowned poet, and she's when I say I couldn't ask for a better mentor or just friend, I couldn't. She's an amazing partner in crime, and I've been learning a lot working with her. So even in the areas of hip hop and poetry, I've just been growing by leaps and bounds. Um, Currently, I have we actually just did the soundtrack for the movie Holla. That's produced by my sister Courtney. We finished that. So that was fun, being able to do my own soundtrack for my movie.
Yeah, that is awesome. Remember, I'm a Sony Orchard distributor. Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh. Oh shoot.
We do music, media, and video and movies. Just
Say
saying.
less. Say less. I'll get everything to you. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll talk about that off screen. We'll talk about that off screen.
no doubt, no doubt.
What I am most intrigued about, honestly, I mean, you have a lot of things going on, but since I'm an author, it was your book that really caught my eye because it was talking about love, something that
Yes.
I don't have right now, but it's something it's something that I like to talk about since Valentine's Day is coming up.
Okay.
It is called Journey to Love, 40 letters dedicated to love.
Yes.
That concept.
So I initially wrote 60 letters to my high school sweetheart, that I ended up seeing again 20 years later. And the first poem in the book was actually the first message that I sent out to her to kind of reconnect with her. And she responded. And I didn't expect her to be honest. And from there, we we just started conversing every day, and we never stopped talking, like every single day. And in those days, every day for 60 days, I wrote her a poem or a letter, and those letters are what are in the book. So those are 40 of the 60 that I wrote to her.
Aw, Mr. Booker. You need to teach some other men out here stuff like that. I'm just saying. Can
No,
you
I mean that's
mentor?
I mean I do, but I mean those are those. I mean I'm blessed. I was raised by a village of individuals, whether it's the men or the women in my village, who I think they taught me well. I don't think any of us are perfect in anything we do, but I think they taught me well as far as attempting to treat people adequately.
Right.
So I wanted to show her that I was serious about what I was looking to get into with her, and and the level of commitment that was there, and at least getting to a point to where we not only got to know each other, but we would give love a try. And I feel like we did. We gave it a try, and even though it didn't work out, that doesn't mean that something was wrong with either one of us. She's an amazing person.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You wrote 60 love letters and y'all ain't together?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it happens.
Let me let me write a letter to her. She needs to know something. Okay. Where they do that at? Like,
I mean, it happens. Because I have to say, we took very good care of each other the best we could. But when you start noticing things aren't quite shaking out, no matter what you may have done to get the person, you don't want to just hold them up either. That's definitely not love. If some things aren't fitting or some things aren't flowing a certain way, and it doesn't look like it's going to work in the best favor of the two of you, the best thing you can do is allow them to still fly.
mhm. So when did
So
you find out in the letter process? Was it after you wrote everything or in between? When did you see the signs?
um I mean it was well after. um but I will say COVID and being, when there's nowhere to really go,
Yeah.
you learn people habits a lot better. The two that there's nowhere to go. Like you can't get upset about something and take a walk, or keep it to yourself and then go into it. Like you're there with each other constantly.
Yeah.
um and for me, I've been married twice, and I got married really young, and then I was in a 10-year marriage after that. And for me, the journey was a little bit different. um when I started noticing things that I felt like were I felt like were going to be a repeated process. I had to, we had to have a talk. And I also will say that one of the most important things that I feel like people should do after ending a relationship is take time. Take time, be patient with yourself, be honest with yourself. I picked up habits from my marriage that I didn't realize that I had, that I brought into this new relationship. I didn't really start something fresh with her. It was like I took stuff that from a 10-year journey and brought it into something brand new. And that's not really fair to the other person on the other side of the relationship.
Yeah. Look, I totally get it. I'm dating and listen. So I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
because of all the things that I do, like I see the signs immediately on weight. Like if you don't make it to the 3 week mark, it's a good inclination that you are not the one. I'm just saying.
The 3 week mark. Oh man, it's a mark.
There's a mark. Yes.
Oh man.
Because a person always shows, so they have what they call the representative person that
Mm-hmm.
comes out, and they represent you well, and it's a whole personality. You thinking that's the one, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's week 1. Then week 2, it's comfortable. They're being very comfortable because now they're getting to know you. They kind of, they find out they mesh well with you. You have some commonalities, things of that nature.
Okay.
Okay. Week 3, that is when they just loosey goosey. Oh, that's my boo. That's yeah, yeah. And they just show all of their colors: red, white, blue, yellow, purple, whatever color they want to be. It don't matter. Orange. And then they looking at me like, "What's wrong with you? Didn't you know? Or did what happened to week 1 guy? I want week 1 guy back. I want him
See,
back."
this is all new to me. This is all new to me. I didn't.
Yes, because men cannot multitask, right? It's said
Really?
that they can't multitask well. So by week 3, they can't bounce you and the other women in the job. Like things start to collide, right? So that's
Oh
when
my
you really
God.
start to see what's up. Just saying, it's all in wisdom.
See, I don't know. I'm more like a 48-hour guy. Like,
48 hours.
yeah, I know this stuff in 2 days. Like, this ain't gonna work. Like,
See, women are we are a little smarter because we
mm,
know what to do, what to say. So some of us last more than the 48 hours. You just don't see that the representative is gone till months later. So she might last over 48 hours, but she's still,
I don't
yeah,
know.
she
I ain't never had that happen before. I'm pretty good at getting out of Dodge. I don't know.
really.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you write love letters and I, because you know what's up.
So I will say the dope thing is like, my mom is very, 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 very present. She's been present in my life, like the most constant person. She's been the consistency in my journey. And my mom has a very, very open dialogue with me. Like she educates me in ways that I don't know, most households have. We have a very open dialogue. And she's always been like that from a kid, as when I was younger. And I learned from the things she taught to me about between her, my aunts, even my grandmother. Like the ladies in my life, they are very expressive. I'm still like really good friends with my daughter's mom. It took us a while to get there, but I'm happy we're really good friends now. And she'll leave. She's taught me you know things that I can't possibly repay her for.
Right.
So I have a lot of women in my life that help me stay in tune. Um, so it's a little easier to kind of notice certain things for me. Between that and just being an empath, um,
That
you
helps.
know, you kind of feel where people going with things early.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
I'm an empath too. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So you know what it's like, when you can really feel someone's intentions. Um,
Yes.
and with me having daughters, I don't like to waste time too much because I don't want them, seeing things getting played out that are pointless.
Mm.
You know, some things I just don't want them to. I don't want them to see those things, and then next thing I know, they're making them a part of their habitual nature.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's smart. That's what you should do. But being an empath, sometimes it kind of stinks because like you have that
Oh,
intuitive,
it's horrible.
yeah, it's like immediately you're like, and you really don't want it to because you're like, oh my God, I like him so much. And then here comes the gifts. Dang. I thought you
Yeah,
was gonna work out.
yeah, that's exactly how it goes. you know. But I have this thing in me. I don't know what it is. I'm able to just I don't burn bridges, but I am able to move forward. Um,
Mhm.
and I try not to do things that embarrass other people. I would never want to hurt anybody to where we just have a long lasting problem. You know,
Right.
I prefer if we do have to go separate ways, or if our journey kind of hits a wall in a particular area, I would like to at least be, I guess what everybody call be adults, and be able to just move forward and still be okay. I don't see what the point is in hurting someone's feelings intentionally, or dragging them down, or embarrassing them, things of that nature. I figured, the best thing you could do is if you did like them in the first place, or if you did stay around long enough to have a love for that person, why tear them down?
Right. Right.
No point in that.
Well, what I like about this is that through two marriages and dating here and there, you met was she your first love, the late girl from high school, or meeting the lady from high school, and still having the ability to have all this love to continuously write. What's
Mhm.
that? Is it your desires or is it experiences?
Probably both. There's a desire that I have in me to have this fantasy, and I believe the fantasy exists because I've seen it. But you can live a love fantasy. I actually watched my mother for some years have that with her husband before he was taken from us in a auto accident. But their marriage was beautiful. Um, I've watched my grandparents, like, beautiful. Um, like, I remember my grandmother passed away, and I watched my grandfather just kind of stop. And he passed away not too much longer. It's like he just didn't want to be here without her.
Oh,
And watching their journey, like, I've seen love at its fullest, and it's not always perfect, it's not always happy, there are gray skies sometimes, but
mm,
when the love is there, it's such a beautiful thing.
it
And
is.
there's nothing saying that love is always going to be balanced or equal or fair. Sometimes you can love somebody and they may not love you back the same way, you
Mhm.
know, but it doesn't mean not to attempt the journey. Like, attempt the journey. Like, a wise person told me that a broken heart never killed anyone.
Mm.
So I mean, don't be afraid to love. I mean, hurt comes in life in general. I don't. I heard an interview. I forgot the rapper's name, but he said that life happens. It doesn't necessarily always happen to you. You just happen to be the closest one by.
Right.
And I think sometimes you walk, you see somebody, you get attracted to them, you give it a shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, but that doesn't mean quit.
Well, they be shooting this shot and I be smacking them.
Not the open hand slap down.
The open hand, psh, go away.
Oh man.
So, but I get it, and we all want to have that special kind of love, like that is never ending. But the generation that we live in, and the way things have, I mean, there's so much narcissism and self centeredness, and it's so sad because people who really want to love and really want to give that person their all,
Hmm.
they miss out, and then they come back years later like, I would have, I wish I could have, I wish I should have, but it's like you weren't in the game. You weren't in the game when the love was there for you. So very interesting to see how things play out, especially at certain age ranges when you're trying to find that one. How people really take what love really is.
You know what? I don't. So the thing is, I don't personally think love times out. I think that, and it's funny you said that you. I think the ego eventually takes over,
Mm,
and but I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a way to where it's like I'm too good for. I mean it in a way to where it's like you put up a wall or a barrier to kind of protect yourself.
Right.
You know, it's hard for the mind to keep taking those kind of battle wounds and scars and to still keep functioning at a high capacity. And
Absolutely.
and in all fairness, I can understand if somebody builds up a wall of defense. And then sometimes people find out over time what their taste is or what they enjoy. And they're able to just go ahead and shut stuff down if that's just not their taste or if that's not their preference. And
Mhm.
as long as the bar isn't way too high, I don't see why it's wrong for people to have a preference or like how you said, you swat them down. Shoot, you probably know what you like and what you don't like. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And who are you to
Yeah.
step there and go downward for what?
Yeah, and that's funny that you said that because it never fails when you meet someone how you don't want to go downward, but they want you to go downward to where they are. Like I can remember going on a date and the guy told me, you need to calm that bouginess down. Well, you need to go home. Hell, like,
Nah, but that's yeah.
I-
You can't
you,
ask
you see what
nobody
I'm
to calm
saying?
themselves down.
So
Now, if it
it's
ain't his
like
cup of tea, it ain't your cup of tea, bro.
right, like don't tell me to move my standards below just because you can't get to where. Boy, we could talk about this all night. Come on,
And I
let's
mean
read
the
some of.
thing is, for somebody else, it may not be bougie whatsoever. It might actually just be that might be their level. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about, Mr. Booker. That's what I'm talking. That's why you need to be mentoring some of these people. God, jeez, Louise. We need to have a men's mentor class so you can help them out because they don't understand. And then they get mad when they can't meet your expectations. They start feeling all bad because the money ain't on that level. Dude, you knew this was the first date. Like
Yeah.
this ain't new. So it's I could go on and on and on about dating. We need to call it dating trivia. Can you write a book about it? I'm just saying.
I might have to holler at my partner in crime and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, I
That
think
sound
I
like,
think that'll be a
sound
good
like a
idea. I think
team job on that one.
yes, help a sister out. That a guy wrote a book about something about sis. He's lying to you or something like that, and it became like this New York Times bestseller or whatever. And I can't remember his name, but he's now like on YouTube, like giving all this advice for couples and especially targeting women on how you should talk, act, and not really get on a man like the first couple of weeks of dating and blah 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 blah. Well, he's like making all this money for this advice. See, that could be look at that, Mr. Booker. That could be another business venture for you. You see what I'm saying? I'm all about them coins.
I
I'm just
see.
saying.
I like how your mind works. I like how your mind works. It's not bougie at all.
Yeah. Go ahead and put that book out. Dating trivia, something to that. Look, I'll help you create the title because women need to hear what you're saying. No, and men need to hear what you're saying. So that guy is doing it for the women. We need somebody to do it for the men. That's
Oh, yeah. I can look out for my brothers.
look out for your brothers. They need you. They need you. Brotherly love. So I want to hear some of this poetry because I want to be inspired. Maybe it'll inspire me to be in love one day.
Well, I'll tell you what. I actually have one out right now. I have a video for it actually. Um, if you look it up under Booker Snow, letter 07, can't stop.
Mhm.
Um, and I'll read it for you now.
Okay.
I can't stop smiling. How about you? I can't stop thinking that every love song is somehow about you. Like you're the one that inspired every lyric, every procession, every drum, the long-standing effect of horns and keys, the aftermath of vocals that can make a tear run. Your voice is like a lullaby that I have to hear before rest. You're that sound that reminds me, young man, you're blessed. Words of inspiration, stories of war, pain and triumph intrigue me. Your philosophies and morality. You're a beautiful human being. You have me constantly walking to a rhythm that keeps life on beat. I can only hope that I give that feeling back. If it's anything like your track, mine sounds sweet. Tell me whatever crosses your mind and heart because it's a beautiful tune. Thanks to you, I can now put a name and face to my mood. And that's also letter 7.
That was letter 7.
Mm-hmm.
You was crazy about her. That's too soon to be talking like that, Mr. Booker. Letter 7. That's 30. What in the world?
She said, what in the world?
But that was beautiful. I
Thank
need you to mail that to all the guys that are trying to shoot the shot.
So I'm gonna say on your show what I never normally announce. Um, the dope thing is my book is only $7.99 on Amazon. It's literally it's only $8 on Amazon.com. Like it's I didn't feel the need to try to do this and as a get rich type thing or like make this to where I would make a hopefully I'll make a ton of money like it's I did this purely out of love, not only for the craft and respect for the craft, but also really for wanting to express. I needed that transparency. I needed that therapy, and I felt like it's needed. Beyond myself. I don't feel like I'm the only person that really need to not only hear what was being said in these writings, but it needs to become a way of life. I wish that everybody could really take their idea of what love is with someone like true, passionate, engulfed in another person type of love and live it.
I'm feeling you. I want you to read one more for us. Do you have one more? I'm gonna let you have the stage so they can feel your heart while you talk. I'm gonna go
Okay.
down while you
So
read
this
it.
is actually this is letter number 24. I actually just did a short film on this one. We're in the editing process of that right now. So I'll read this one for you. This is letter 24. Going out to enjoy yourself. I'll be here when you return. To remind you, you are home. A legacy, a love, a forge. Don't ever feel forced to choose. You can go, you can stay. Please enjoy the abundance of life. Just come back to me safe. If you ever feel the need to play or walk through nature's bliss, go. Speak privately to God. But while gone, you'll be missed. Travel and continue to discover. Your voyages are far from complete. Sometimes I will join you. Sometimes I'll watch you leave. Going out to enjoy yourself. I'll be here when you return. To remind you we are a home, a legacy, a love, a forge. Don't ever feel forced to choose. You can go, you can stay. Please enjoy the abundance of life. Just come back to me safe. You don't have to feel conflicted. There's no need to feel concerned. My peace is with you always. My loyalty can't be tested or turned. So go, have worryless fun, enjoy, frolic in God's splendor. Just know your welcome back will be great, whether it's days, hours, seconds, or minutes. And that's letter 24.
You see me smack my finger?
She gave me the snap. I'll take it.
That's what I'm talking about. That was beautiful. So for
Thank you.
those of you that are out there, he has a book. It's called Journey to Love. If you're just now joining us, this is Mr. Booker Snow. He is an author. He writes poetry. He's a co-director of 3 movies. He's a hip hop artist. He's a screenplay writer. He got a lot of things going on. So if anybody wanted to reach you, first of all, is your book on any outlets?
Yes, right now I'm exclusively through Amazon.com. In Detroit, if it's any Detroit listeners, I do have 5 autographed books available at Spectacles, downtown Detroit. It's the only store that actually has any copies of my book. physical copies.
Okay.
But yeah, you can also go to my website, eastpaulsnow.com. But the quickest way is probably to go ahead and go to Amazon if you're looking to get the book.
Awesome. Awesome. And how can they reach you after today?
Through my manager. Um, my manager is such a phenomenal person, Miss Donna. They can reach her at demusicmanagement@gmail.com.
Donna is my homie.
I
She
love Donna.
she
She's
works
such
with
a
me as
fantastic
well.
person. Does she?
She is. Yeah. She
Yeah,
works with me and actually amplified exposure and the heat seekers, and her son, is also on the
yeah, Blue. Yeah,
yeah, the dopest
talented man.
artist I know. I'm just saying. So, yeah, anybody want to reach out? DE Management. That's demanagement.com.
DE musicmanagement
Music
at
management
gmail.com.
at gmail.com. Miss Donna Mitchell. She's the girl.
Yeah, she is
So,
fantastic. I swear.
so leave us with a little nugget of advice for all of those people that are out there wanting to write those beautiful love letters.
So I'm a kind of do two things at once. So definitely check out our movie, Holla, done by Checkmate Enterprises. It'll be on Vimeo.com. Um, when I tell you that you can't overinterpret love. Be patient with each other. Gain understanding. Be honest. Um, Love doesn't always mean that it equates to romance. Sometimes love is just really just caring for someone, or being very passionate about someone to where you treat them better than you would even treat yourself. Um, but just be wholesome as possible with one another. Embrace each other, teach each other, grow with one another, evolve, ascend. If something doesn't work out, it's okay. It's okay. You know, give yourself some time. If you're blessed enough to have it, appreciate that you can do that and try again. But don't give up on yourself, and don't, do your best not to write off each other. Genuinely care.
Wow. I'm going to take the last few minutes I'm going to take what you just said and I'm into a little small 30-second clip
Hmm.
out to everybody I know. So, because we're going to spread love and everybody's going to learn how to love and be gentle and kind and have patience and find that special person for them. That was beautiful. So again, Mr. Booker Stowe, he has a book of poetry. Just gave me butterflies. I'm gonna go buy it. So please, I'm sorry. I told you I was silly before we got on, so you
I
already
love
knew.
it. I love it.
So please, please, please go out and buy his book on Amazon. Again, the name of the book is Journey to Love, dedicated to love, and it's poetry that he was writing to this pretty young thing. And even though they're no longer together, it still is a very, 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 very good book for lovers or soon to be lovers and husband and wife or soon to be husband and wife to read. Thank you so much, Mr. Booker Snow. Thank you for coming on
Thank
my
you.
show. You be blessed and be safe. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Teresa.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too.